Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our post-fight presser here at the park at MGM, the Dolby Live Theater. We witnessed three fantastic, all-action-packed fights in the super bantamweight division and the bantamweight division as well. And right now, we will turn things over to the man who stays undefeated, 19-0, as Rais the Beast Aleem, proving once again why he is a threat in the super bantamweight division.
So, hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. You know, I had to dog it out, but champions find a way, and I did just that. You know, I'm an exciting fighter. I tried to turn it up, you know, and I really wanted to knock him out. You know, I've stopped like my last 8 opponents. This was, you're not going to stop everybody. You know, extremely tough fight, but I did what I had to do.
Okay, great. Any questions from the media?
Keith Idek from BoxingScene.com. Rais, congratulations on your win. What made it so difficult for you to get inside against him? Obviously, he had a lot of height and reach on you.
You know, I did feel a little bit rusty coming off like a year layoff, but I took his best punches, you know, and I still came forward and I was still throwing bombs. His reach was a little bit tricky to get around, but as the rounds went, you know, I got used to it.
Rais, it seemed, I was talking with your promoter, Marshall Kaufman, and we were talking about your performance, and it seemed like early on you came and you were looking for that knockout. I mean, we saw the devastating knockout you had against Paisias earlier this year, and then we started to see the tides change once you switched southpaw and you really started to separate yourself. Was that an adjustment you guys made, or was that the game plan going in?
It wasn't necessarily the game plan going in. I don't care who I'm in the ring with. I'm trying to stop you. I'm trying to hurt you. You know, if I got to go orthodox, if I stay orthodox, if I had to go southpaw, I don't care. I'm going for the knockout. I can be up in the 12th round, but I'm still trying to knock you out. It was just an adjustment I made in fight. And I feel like it was a good adjustment. I just wish I would have stopped him.
Great, thank you, Rais.
Congratulations on tonight's victory. I noticed this fight was at 126. I know you've been fighting at 122. 120. Pardon me. Well, basically, my question is if you know tonight's main event is that a fight that interests you, fighting Fulton now that he has 2 belts?
Yeah, 100%. I want the winner. Fulton won. In my honest opinion, I actually thought I was pulling for Fulton, but I thought Figueroa won that fight. You know, so Fulton came out on top. I want that fight next. You know, 100%.
Who's up? Question, Sean?
Hey, Rais, congrats again. You know, based on what you saw from Steven tonight and knowing what you can do in the ring, why do you feel like you win that unification fight?
It looked like Figueroa was kind of bullying Fulton. He was going from corner to corner. He was getting caught going straight back. I just feel like I'm sharper than Figueroa, and I haven't performed my best yet. I'm still getting better and better, and I believe I'm too much for Fulton. You know, whether I stay orthodox or whether I go southpaw, I believe I'm the better fighter for a full 12 rounds.
And in terms of winning the crowd over, you know, it was a big Mexican-American fan base came out to support their fighters, but at the end of the decision, they didn't boo the decision, you know, and they could always take that and run with it if they felt their guy won. How do you feel about that the crowd didn't disapprove of you winning the close fight?
I mean, I believe I earned the victory, but it was a dog fight. This is why I do this, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to stop everybody. You're not going to shine in every fight. But, you know, I turn it up. I try to get the crowd excited. I'm an exciting fighter, you know, and, yeah, I'm just trying to hurt you. I'm trying to go forward. I'm trying to throw punches. You know, it felt great just to get the victory. I can't wait to get back in the ring against Fulton and beat him.
This question's for Marshall and maybe Rais as well. Marshall, where is he at now in terms of moving up the WBO rankings now that he's not going to fight for the WBA title?
Well, you know, that's, of course, up to the WBO, but I would hope that they would move him up to number 1 or number 2 after this fight. So, you know, we just have to talk to them and see what their plans are, and let's hope they do what's right and put Rais where he belongs and he gets the opportunity to fight Fulton. You know, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted when we were with the BA. Of course, that didn't happen. Now we're with the BO, and we're hoping that we get that opportunity to fight for the BO. I think he's deserving of it. He's an action fighter. He's exciting. And just like he had said, the fans didn't boo the decision. You know, the other decisions they booed, that didn't happen with his fight because they know clearly who won that fight.
I want to ask your trainer, Bobby McCroy, who did a wonderful job tonight. What was your overall assessment of tonight against a guy like Baez, who it seemed at moments throughout the fight that overhand right, the right of his was connecting on Aleem. It didn't stun him at all throughout the fight, but it still was connecting. Was that a concerning to you throughout the fight?
Yes, it was a concern because I understand that Raiz is unorthodox and his defense is not going to be textbook like everybody would like it to be. But he adjusted well midway through the fight, but then he still had some discrepancies after that. But he did well to say we had a long layoff like this. We were fully prepared, so there's no excuses. We had world-class sparring partners, and the guy, Baez, I give him respect. He came out tough and lengthy.
Yeah, I want to go to Aleem. Were you surprised at how tough Baez was? Because he seemed, you hit him with, you were unloading early on. Like you said, you're in there to finish him, and you just couldn't get him out of there. Were you surprised at how tough he was? And then he was able to, again, connect on some of his own.
No, this is boxing at its highest level, so I wasn't surprised he was taking my punches. You're not going to drop everybody. You're not going to stop everybody, but champions find a way. I'm a true champion, I believe, and I found a way to overcome. He took my shots. I took his shots. I made it a dogfight. I turned it up. I tried to get the crowd involved, and I got the victory. I wasn't surprised how tough he is. He's a Mexican fighter, come forward, throw punches. I knew this was going to be a hard fight coming in, and I overcame.
Now that you come away with the victory, you've been clamoring, as your promoter, Marshall Kaufman, alluded to, as you want a champion, you want the belt, and you've been clamoring for a while. You tried to make the fight with Daniel Roman, that fell through, and then you get the fight against Baez, which you come out victorious. What separates Raiz the Beast Aleem from the rest of the 122-pound division, even though you don't have a belt, but you haven't had that opportunity yet?
Well, I'm here. I'm climbing. I'm coming. Everybody knows it. Nobody wants to fight me. Daniel Roman doesn't want to fight me. Fulton doesn't want to fight me. The Akmadalia doesn't want to fight me. I was his mandatory. So Raiz the Beast is coming. I'm here. I'm an exciting fighter, and I'm here. I believe I deserve a shot. Like, if not me, who? I beat all these guys. You put them in front of me, I'll beat them.
Any other questions from the media? If not, we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
dad's first fight.
Yeah.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome in now the WBC and the WBO Super Bantamweight Unified Champion. Cool boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr. here with his team, his coach Aleem, and his father, Mr. Fulton, as he was witnessing his son put on an excellent fight and a classic, really. I mean, I think we all kind of thought Wilder Fury 3, that was probably going to be the fight of the year. But after tonight, I don't know. I'm not sure. After what we witnessed with Fulton and Figueroa, and you saw him in the ring, they want to run it back. Who knows if we can make that happen? But we'll turn things over now to the champ, Unified Super Bantamweight, cool boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr.
First of all, I'd like to say thank God. Alhamdulillah. Without him, I wouldn't be here. None of us would be here in this position. So thanks to the team, Showtime, Aleem, GTP Promotions. I'm blessed. It was a great, hard fight. The fans won tonight more than anything. Me and Brandon put on a hell of a performance, hell of a show. It was a tough fight, but it was hard earned. I pulled the victory out, and I'm willing to do it again. If not, we could unify again with MJ. I'm open for any questions available.
Keith Heidick from BoxingScene.com. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thanks.
What was it? I know we had spoken earlier about him, the kind of pressure he puts on you. When you were actually in there with him and he's just relentlessly pressuring you, how were you able to deal with it both mentally and physically?
I feel like I had to deal with it by staying where I was at. If I would have kept boxing, I feel like I'd have got a little bit more tired than usual. So I feel like I dealt with it by, fighting fire with fire a little bit. That's where I got the open shots to, catch him in between his shots. And I feel like he will only try to, rough me up and, rabbit punch a little bit. But other than that. Yeah, it's boxing. We get hit with shots that can buzz us, but the more you're in shape, the more you can recover quick. So it was just a couple nice shots that he landed, as well as a couple nice shots that I've landed as well.
Congratulations, champ Adriana Jimenez of Fino Boxing. Can you put into words what this moment means for you when you were called a winner and now being the unified champ? Just put into words how special this moment is for you.
It was special because the fight itself was a classic. It was a rough fight. Action from round 1 to 12. It was a hell of a fight. So when you have fights of that caliber and fights like that, it's just like when you become the winner, it's a hell of a feeling. I mean, it's hard work. I feel like it was hard earned. So it was a great, amazing feeling.
Just real quick before I ask you, where's the WBC strap at, champ?
He got it.
Okay. But, again, a great fight, and I definitely did score it for you. But was this fight at all a fight where he was doing more damage even though you're winning the rounds, like Meldrick Taylor and Chavez? Obviously, you hold on for the win, unlike Meldrick that night. But did it have that going on at all where he's doing more damage even though you're winning the fight?
I can say that, but I can say, like I said in the Showtime interview, all I know is how to win. No matter how many times I can get hurt or anything, I'm going to find a way to win. I'm going to always find a way to pull out that victory, and that's what I did tonight.
We want to ask Coach Aleem, what did you see? I saw in the corner a couple of times throughout the round, in between rounds, you told, Stephen Fulton there that, center of the ring, you felt like when he was in the center of the ring, it was his fight. But once he got on the ropes, which is what we see what Figueroa likes to do throughout his fights, you didn't enjoy seeing Fulton, going and fighting almost. There was times where it seemed like he was fighting Brandon's fight. Although, as we saw in the Leo fight, Fulton has proven if it's a war, he can fight in a war. But you, at times, were telling him, I want you to stay in the center of the ring. Is that what you felt, how that fight was going?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Well, that's exactly what I knew. I noticed that when he would win the beginning of the round, and then he would make the round a little bit more close by giving them rounds back by sitting on the ropes at the end of the round. So when I noticed Brandon is not really that good. He's a good fighter, take nothing away from him. I think he's a good guy as well. His father, his team is good. But I actually noticed he doesn't fight that well going back. You never see him going back. So I told Steven, I'm sorry. I told Steven, if you push him back, keep him in the middle ring and push him back. I noticed when Steven started pushing him back, he would stop punching. He don't know how to punch going backwards. So that's why I kept that. Just keep pushing him back. And I noticed when Steven was doing it, he became victorious in it.
We want to go to your father, Mr. Fulton. I mean, you were able to see your son win the WBO and WBC. What was that moment like for you, seeing your son raise those belts in a very, I mean, it was an all-time classic to come to one of his fights and see a classic like that and then see, like he said, to come out victorious in a hard-earned victory. What was that like for you, seeing that?
Well, first of all, I can say that there's not enough words in the dictionary to describe that for me. You understand? All I can say is that, it was a beautiful thing. That's my son. I'm proud of him. And, I'm just happy to be here to enjoy this with him. That's it.
And now we want to go back to, Steph, as we saw throughout the fight, especially in that 10th round, it seemed like he did hurt you. And he was throwing that flurry of punches. But then you came out in the 11th, and it seemed to be you were starting to fight more on the move, and that's where you really were able to bounce back. Was that the adjustment you were looking after that 10th round, and how badly were you hurt at the end of that 10th round?
I wasn't very badly hurt. If I was badly hurt, then I wouldn't have been able to continue. I mean, it probably was a couple little stinger shots that are eye openers for me, but I wasn't really hurt in the sense of I can't defend myself or, basically defend myself. I bounced back that 11th round by getting on the move. I should have did that earlier, but I still see that they didn't give me that 11th round. I feel like I threw 11th and 12th round. I pulled those out clean.
Well, in my eyes, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a judge, so I don't. But in my eyes, I felt in the 11th and 12th, things changed when you started to use your legs more.
Yeah.
You were fighting on the move. You were using your jab, and it didn't seem like Figueroa could keep you in one spot. When he would keep you in one spot, that's when it seemed that he gained the advantage. Is that how you felt in the 11th and 12th? When you started to use your legs, it started to, work in your favor?
Yes, it did. But when I did stop and we, was in the inside, I don't feel like he just totally, outworked me. I feel like I was landing a lot of good shots in the inside as well as me catching a lot of shots too.
Stephen, he said that this was the robbery of the year. Those are his words, obviously. I'm just wondering what your perspective is on that, and did he say anything to you in the ring after the fight?
I mean, yeah, it's feelings right now, emotions, frustration, everything like that. I mean, my team will watch the fight back. His team will watch the fight back. If he wanted to run it back, we could run it back.
Were you surprised by his reaction at the end of the fight? I'm sure, he obviously wanted to win and felt like he won, but were you surprised at how sort of aggressive he came at you at the end? Because it seemed like you were more open, like, hey, we just had an all-time classic, and you were kind of extending that olive branch, and he, still was upset and angry, and he wanted to run it back immediately. Were you surprised by that reaction at all?
I wasn't surprised at all. Things happen like that in life. Nobody wants to lose, and he reacted exactly how I probably would have reacted, but it wouldn't have got that far.
One thing I noticed throughout the fight, and that was, I think it went unnoticed, Brandon's very good at going to the body. And your defense was tremendous tonight, especially he didn't get a lot of clean body shots off like he did against Neri. Neri kind of left his body open at times, and there it ended up costing him with that 7th round body shot knockout. And he kept going to the body, and he did get some shots in there, but you did a good job at kind of deflecting a lot of shots. Was that a focus of yours going into this fight?
Not really going into the fight, but as far as making adjustments, yes. That was more so my focus of deflecting some body shots as well as throwing a lot of body shots back. Not wide, but more so in the center, in the solar plex between the center of his chest and the center of his stomach.
Were you surprised by his chin at all? Because you hit him flush with several shots. I mean, he does get hit quite a bit, but there was a couple of shots where it seemed like it would have knocked out anyone else, and he still kept coming forward.
I wasn't surprised. You know, he's a tough fighter. He was here for a reason. He's a tough Mexican. He put up a hell of a fight. We put up a hell of a performance, and, you know, I was victorious.
And Steven, obviously, you know, you're focused on becoming undisputed at 122, and Inoue from Japan is focused on the same in his division. But do you feel like at some point that fight should happen? He should come up from 18 and challenge you for the titles at 22?
I feel like it's only a matter of timing right now. You know, I want those other belts from MJ, and if we can make that happen, we can make that happen as soon as possible. You know, I'm going to take some time off. I've been training for this fight since June, losing weight since August. So he's like, it's not just the hard-earned victory that wears you down. It's more so the work that you've put in for over months. So it's all about timing with those caliber of fights, you know, from somebody else that's moving up. Because I'm big as well, you know, I would like to move up as well. So it's all about timing with that.
Just got to ask, I know right now it's about getting to Thanksgiving leftovers, but if that fight ever does happen, he's rated top 3 or 4 pound for pound. Why do you beat Inoue?
This fight right here shows I have the dog in me. If I need to stay in there, I'll stay in there, and I also can box.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the media members? If not, we'll cut you guys loose. Thank you for coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we witnessed an amazing night of action, a night of majority decisions. First off, we saw Gary Antonio Russell come out with a majority decision victory over Alexandro Santiago. And then as we saw earlier here in the post-fight presser, Rais the Beast Aleem remains undefeated at 19-0, getting the majority decision victory over Eduardo Baez. And then in our main event, an instant classic with Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr. defeating Brandon Figueroa by majority decision to become the WBO and WBC Super Bantamweight champion What a night we had here in Las Vegas, Nevada. A fight of the year potential candidate, and it certainly lived up to the billing. So I want to thank all the media members for joining us. An excellent night of action, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Gervonta Tank Davis pay-per-view against Isak Cruz, December 5th, Sunday, live from Staples Center. That's going to be a barn burner. Tank Davis is always must-see TV, and I'm sure next Sunday night will be no different on Showtime pay-per-view. Until then, we'll see you guys next Sunday, December 5th.